Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Fatro video. In every artist's journey to become the greatest, the best artist, there is a certain canon event, a certain thing that gets them to stop drawing. One might be because they got bullied for drawing Sonic the Hedgehog, the other might be because they got bored and they thought that they were too good at drawing, so they just stopped drawing altogether. Mine, for around a month, has been drawing hands. So to put context into this situation, I'd say that I'm pretty good at drawing hands. I think that there's a clip of me saying that I was good at drawing hands. And I think I've said that I'm good at drawing hands ever since I was like 15. Because like I drew little boxes, and then put a little bit of grease work on that, and then lickety split. You got yourself a Fatro certified hand. But for some reason, when it came to a series that I will not reveal yet, because it is still being worked on, do subscribe for that. For some reason, I could not draw a hand for the life of me. And after that recording session, I took off. I remember I went to the library, or my library, and I tried to draw a hand because I was like, I'm not studying this shit. I'm drawing. I want to relax. I want to draw something really good, and I fucking couldn't draw it. It looked like dog shit. I couldn't draw hands. So basically, I just fucking gave up drawing hands altogether. Until today, because I decided that I wouldn't leave my computer, and I wouldn't stop drawing, and stop recording, until I could conjure up the best hand that I could. So follow me, dear viewer, on a semi-medium paced journey that will hopefully and gracefully result in a perfect hand, and maybe through the suffering I could teach you something. I probably can. I'm not an official artist. Oh, so I just started off with a clean slate of what I thought a hand looked like, and how I would draw it in my own style. The problem was even when I tried to do this, I still fucked up. I have not been able to fucking draw a hand in so goddamn long. This has been like the fucking. This has been why I fucking will quit. Because I can't draw this shit. But there were some major points that I could take away from my practice attempt. The first is that I have no idea where pinky should go. And where the finger should also go as well. For some reason, the thumb was always up to par and was probably the best part of my hand. So, I mean, that's a plus. I don't know. I guess I remember drawing fingers, so fuck it. So there was a lot of work for me to do, but before I got a reference. So there was a lot of work for me to do, but before I got a reference, I had to look at a hand for myself. I needed to study a hand. I needed to become the hand. I needed to train in the ways of a hand. So I went on Google.com and got some guy's hand and used it as my reference, taking notes, boxing, and using rudimentary shapes in order to get a better handle on how to draw our hand. I think for the most part, I was correct on the box. Actually, it seems that the hand, it seems like it curves in, or this hand curves in. I don't know. Also, I'll put up a timer, a stopwatch, because I genuinely want to see how far it takes me until I can finally say I've made a great hand and that I can finish this video. So yeah, it's less boxy, but you can see why it's considered a box. Actually, yeah, no, for the most part, the general shape of this is a box. It's curved out like that, and then it looks like that. So for the most part, hold on. Well, let me look at this layer again. Yeah, for the most part, I think I was pretty correct. It's just a box, really. There are many ways how to draw the fingers. I think one way is you do the stick method, and then you kind of like it would be like, oh, this is where this is, where this is where this is, and then this is where this is. But obviously you wouldn't. You could never know. You can never know. The other is to take the overall shape, the form of the hand. And I think that's the problem, or that's my problem. I mean, yeah, that would be the overall mass of the hand. It would be like a weird oval that goes around once and does all that junk. You know what? I think for this purpose, for these hands, I think that it might be appropriate for us to do the mass thing then over here. Because over here, I think we separate the fingers way too much. I was right for the thumb. The thumb, I think, what we have to point out is that it is a double jointed, technically triple jointed part, because you have this knuckle, which can go like, well, yeah, because this muscle. Or this right here is connected to that, like this entire mass of hand, right? So I wouldn't say that that's like a joint. What? I think it. No, I think that it is, cause yeah. No. Okay, this is a joint. That's just flesh. But it's a very vital thing to draw when drawing a hand. Probably. So this should be considered a joint, and that should be noted. And then you go up here, and then you see, there's another joint right here. In most hands, right, if you look, you can bend it, and if your hand is like idle, it should be bending. And at the end of the drawing, I was pretty proud of myself. I mean, it wasn't the best, and God knows what the liner would look like. But at the end of the day, it was most definitely a hand. And I wasn't too offended by how horrible it was or how horrible it looked. An improvement was an improvement after all. That was said and done. It only took. No, this can't be. This shit took 41 minutes. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so slow at drawing things. It might just because I'm like I look at details way too much. But yeah, no, that shit took 41 minutes of my goddamn time. That's way too long. But you know what? Fuck it. We have a journey ahead of us. We gotta ball with it. We gotta ball with it. And the thing is that, you know, one okay hand is okay, but I didn't just want to draw one hand and call it a day. I wanted to draw that stinking hand from that stupid ass tutorial and show it what's boss. And one thing that drove me away from the artist grind set, I had to face my enemy once again. The attempt that I did with the hand wasn't just calculated, but it was measured into sound, so that there could be no possible way that I could fuck it up. I'm going to draw these hands. If it is the last thing I do, I'm going to do it perfectly. Here is what the how to draw hand say. First is a square, then you block out the fingers, and the wrist plus the details, and then you clean it up. Did they do that? Yes, that's what they did. They first drew a square. That's what we did. They did block out the fingers a little better than what I did. First I'll just block it out. I'll just understand what bro did, right? Or at least for this these hands. Obviously, fucking square. It's just a square. What can anyone fucking say? And then obviously it's a square. And then and what I will do is I need to pay attention to how they do the fingers. I think what I did when I had them like that, I think this was appropriate for the time being because of the fact that the hands work together. I think, especially if they're together in the way that like they're all squished together, that is when you would use the form that I did. They weren't. They were kind of spaced out. I still did that form because fucking like doing it one finger at a time would have probably just destroyed it. So I don't know. There's something interesting. Oh, you can actually see they go. I think that they go back in and they minimize. They make this pinky smaller because the pinky over here. An interesting thing that this artist does is they do arrows to where the fingers are going. So the thumb's going over here, which I don't know. I don't really get, because what if your finger's doing like that? Do you draw that, or do you draw that? I don't know, but yeah, they do this, which I don't think I've seen an artist do. At least when drawing hands. I know I definitely haven't fucking did that. I ain't never done that shit. But yeah, they do that. And then that's when I realized something. The thumb I think is pretty self-explanatory. Once again, 2 joints, one over here. Did they? I forgot a joint. Well, no. Yeah, wait. No? Yeah. Yeah. No? Yeah. No, they just forgot it. They just forgot a thumb joint. This is like a little too far out. And there's no... Yeah, so I was a little peeved since when I was making the hand before, I followed the tutorial to a T, so every small detail counted, and I didn't see the slight nudge with little pinky, so it would have messed up my drawing. So yeah, I was upset by a smidge. I want you as the audience to see if you can see what I'm seeing. Do you see what I see? It's almost Christmas, so not the fuck. It's not even Halloween. Do you see what I see? Because I see is bullshit. There's a little landmass right here, like a little bump over here. That goes away. And I don't know how that happened. How did this happen? They lied. Because in order to keep this is the same shape as this. They had to move. They had to move this fucking pinky over here and then smooth it out, connect it. I think that's what they did. Because the pinky over here doesn't make any sense. Because it can't make any sense.
Anatomically,
it cannot make any sense. That took way too long. My ass did not know how to say it anatomically. I wanted to say anatomically, but anatomically, it cannot make any sense for the pinky to be all the way over here. And when you look back at it, she ain't never done this before, but she good at it. They moved it. They moved it. And that's bullshit. You're lying. They're lying to millions of young boys and children. And me. I'm young. I'm not saying that. Also, when inspecting the hand, I only saw 2 joints with the thumb, and I mistakenly said that the thumb had 2 joints when it indeed only has 1. I was talking about the interphalangeal joint and the metacarpophalangeal joint. I definitely didn't splice that together. You're wrong. Or the base of the thumb and the neck of the thumb, if you're not a fucking nerd. Anyways, back to the drawing, and ow. It looks like shit. But I was able to realize that it only looked bad because I had made the palm way too fucking small. And increased the palm, which made it look better. I also could have shrinking down the fingers as well. But to me, it just looked appropriate for them to be that long, so I just kept it that way. Something that I noticed with the palms is that you can actually think of your hand. Like if you think of your hands for a second, you can see the fat or the muscle that resides on the lower half, where your thumb can go inward, which means that on paper you would have to thicken it out, and obviously you do that with lines. The artist that I was following, Lily Draws, you can go to her DeviantArt. Why? I don't know why I said it like that, but you can go to her DeviantArt. Represented these with 2 weird C's. Once again, lines. So I decided to do the same with pretty good results in my opinion. Only in my opinion, though. So in the end, I was able to get over my fears and draw a hand. Oh, what about the other hands? Yeah, it was pretty fast. Pretty effective. It like took like that one hand that took like another hour. The other hands it took like 5 seconds. I literally have no notes for that section because it was literally just me talking. If you guys wanted to know also why it was so fast, it was because I was it's because I was using the line tool. I just used the line tool. I mean it's not really cheating because I did make original lines, but no, I just used the line tool. Maybe it made it a lot easier. Now for my advice. My advice for drawing hands. And I cannot stress this enough. I am not a professional in any means, so you can throw this piece of information out of the window. I literally learned how to draw hands a few days ago. Don't sue me. But if you're really struggling with drawing hands, try to make the hand and fingers as boxy as possible, and then try to refine and smooth out different parts of the fingers and the thumbs, while also remembering to keep the palm in somewhat proportionality with the rest of the hand, and that's it. Hopefully, you liked it. You liked me yapping. And if you want more yapping, go to Fat Plus. Sorry. Where most of the uncut version is of my session is, I'll probably edit most of it, make it watchable. Like, subscribe. I should have said that at the original. I don't know why I didn't. I'm not gonna fix my script. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.